Okay, maybe I was wrong in my last video. Maybe the non-dual understanding does inform actions on behalf of a broader perspective. Idealism makes sense to me, that the nature of reality is fundamentally mental. What we mean by physical is merely our agreed-upon perceptions of an objective mental reality. And non-duality makes sense to me, that there's only one mind, and it appears superficially as many minds because of a natural process of dissociation, as Bernardo Kastrup explains. But this dissociation is a problem for me. I want to believe in the premise of non-duality. I want to have the experience of oneness, but I fear that my mind is too stubbornly dissociated from the rest. So if I can't get there completely, I want to at least have a slightly broader perspective beyond the limitations of my ego, beyond the self-centered approach to acting in the world. Because constantly having to defend the ego and its desires is exhausting. The premise of spirituality is appealing to me, a release from the pressures and anxieties we have as these apparently separate individuals. If only I could really feel our underlying oneness and not just understand it conceptually, then the problems of the individual get diluted. My worries and dissatisfaction in life would become petty in the grand scheme of things. But then again, maybe we just take on even more problems. Taking a broader perspective and really feeling on behalf of others might make us even more vulnerable to suffering. As Bernardo Kastrup has mentioned in interviews, initially he struggled with his newfound sympathy for the unnecessary loss of life and suffering that's caused by all the multiple wars going on right now globally. But this mentality might just be the middle ground. Eventually, non-duality seems to push our perspectives even further than that, to an even bigger picture, from the vantage point of universal consciousness or God itself. The ultimate viewpoint will be the view from eternity, sub specie aeternitatis. It's a perspective of the one universal mind. In Indian spiritual traditions, this universal mind isn't just a collection of the many individual minds. It's actually all there is, before any of those distinctions in the first place. It's pure awareness, before any experience of even space and time. And at that level, there are no parts. Dualistic distinctions are illusory. Ultimately, there are no individuals. So to me, acting in this world from a more compassionate place, taking into consideration the suffering of others, can't involve a mindset like this of perpetual pure awareness. Anyway, I'm nowhere near that. I'm somewhere in between my own selfish desires and those of a greater number of people. My son, my family and friends, my audience here. And there's so much more to identify with, potentially the entire animate and inanimate world as a whole. Ideally, realizing that we share our being with everyone and everything, we would act out of consideration of this shared being. Now, I'm skeptical about the mindset of pure awareness, but even if a prolonged and consistent mindset like that can be achieved, we'd have to still come back from it to act in this world of diversity. A step up from pure awareness, we might collectively serve a greater purpose that does take the whole into consideration, not explicitly, but implicitly and intuitively. Maybe there's a universal intelligence behind all of our thoughts and actions that guides us towards this harmony, provided we allow for it to work through us and don't resist it. Maybe the one mind does take the whole into consideration and acts through us, each of us being just one piece of a much bigger puzzle. For example, I'm vegetarian. At first I was influenced by others that are vegetarian. That gave me the idea, but to actually take it on myself, did I rationalize myself into it for all the reasons to be vegetarian, like being good for my health, for other animals, for the environment? Or am I compelled from a deeper place, a place of oneness? awkward to be in the wild, vlogging and being caught.
Yeah.
All right, there we go.
Exposed.